Okay, this is our first call on an update for the World Masters Games, and on the line from Sydney I have Emma Catford, who's just recovering from a fairly strenuous day of rowing with the Richmond Rowing Club. Emma, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you, Simon. I'm
That's
pretty tired, but still in good spirits. We've had a great day number one done and dusted, with a number of Richmond making through to the finals, so we're really happy, and it's a great way to start the regatta.
that's great. And the first up, fairly early this morning, you had the women's single scull with yourself, Annalise and Nicole, represented for
That's
Richmond.
right. Yeah, so we were all in different heats, which was kind of nice. And I was in heat number one and unfortunately didn't make it through to the semi-finals. But Nicole and Annalise both did. They came through fairly comfortably and then also made it through to the final, which was really pretty exciting to have two Richmond Zooties out there on the water in a 9-boat final with some ex-world champ rowers amongst them. And both girls rowed really well. Annalise came 5th overall,
Yes.
and Nicole came 8th.
And Annalise, obviously particularly impressive, coming second in her heat and then third in her semi-final and then 5th in the final, and improving dramatically in each of those rows.
Yeah. I think the time difference, she knocked off at least 10 seconds each time she was out on the water.
That's right, yeah.
So a really tough cookie, and she didn't give anything away when she was out there on the water. So it was really good.
And Hannah Every winning that event, former single sculler and former Australian world champion.
Yes. Yeah, she's really lovely to watch. That's one of the special things, I guess, about being at an event like this, is that you're competing against people that have been all over the world with their sport and are now rowing at a more amateur level to allow the rest of us to compete with them. But she looks good, and the word on the street is that she's making a comeback. So she's on track to doing that by what we saw today.
Look out. And you also competed in the women's 8 today, the A8, and that came 4th.
Kind of top and tail of the day, yes. So we hit the water in the women's 8 at 5 to 6. So the regatta is running an 11-hour program out there, so the officials have a pretty tough job, as well as the bow holder numbers. So we were in an 8-boat final, and we ended up coming 4th overall, which we were pretty pleased with. We rowed with our sister club up here in Sydney, the Balmain Tigers. So it was an all-tiger crew. And, yeah, the girls overall were very pleased with the results. We had a tight turnaround because Jerry had to hop out of her semi-final in the C single straight into the 8, only to come back again before heading out for the final in the C single.
And Jerry and Caroline both did very well in the final of the C single.
They did indeed, yeah. So Carolyn Manning has rowed really well as well. She got straight through into the final. And Carolyn, I believe, came 6th.
That's right.
And Jerry came 7th.
7th?
So,
yep. 2 seconds apart.
2 seconds apart, which was incredible. And great to see, in single events, both the A and the C, 2 Richmond rowers up there. It's really, I guess, in a single you can't hide from anyone, so it's really you on the line. And all those 4 rowers proves that they're pretty tough competitors and very committed to their sport.
And Martin managed to get a row in today in the mains A quad scull with the Melbourne Uni.
Martin's hoity-toitying with MUBC. He's getting a few rows in there, so he was volunteered to jump in with MU to row in the men's A quad scull. And they made it through to the... Sorry,
keep going.
They made it through to the final, and I think came 8th, 7th or 8th overall in the final. And again, that was a really blitzing final. It was pretty fast and furious. So the boys did well to. They did beat someone, so they went last, and they had a good row by all accounts.
And tomorrow, a similar tough day, or is it something that's a bit of a rest day for you guys?
Tomorrow is probably a bit of an easy day for us. In the morning, we've got another early start again, but in the morning we've got the Women's A Quad Scull, which Annalise, Jerry, Nicole and I are all in. And Jerry is also doing a C double with Peter from Powerhouse. And Carolyn is also mixing with some Germans and a couple of Danish girls in the A Quad, and also hitting the water with Jenny Dewar from Caulfield Grammarians in the C double.
So it'll
And I
give you...
think that just about makes it up for Richmond tomorrow. So we do have a bit of a breather in the afternoon, which will be nice before heading out to the opening ceremony.
Fantastic. And it sounds like it's a fairly good atmosphere up there in Sydney.
It's pretty jam-packed with old people in Sydney at the moment. I think there are some 28,000 extra oldies that have hit the streets to be part of the games in all sorts of different sports. It is. It's really cool, actually, to be part of it, given that it's an Olympic town as well. So there are lots of Sydney-siders that were pleased to put on their volunteers' uniform and start directing people. We're very happy to queue. The registration process took about 3.5 hours just to get your lanyard and your little backpack.
Wow.
And there are queues forming all over the place. The average wait time for coffee, I think, was about 30 to 40 minutes.
Which would be detrimental for Martin's.
Absolutely, yeah. Martin and Dennis have been very industrious today, fixing up boats and making sure that we get on the water on time and carrying oars. So we've been very thankful for the boys, and they hit the water on Monday in the B Quad Scull. So they've got another relaxed day tomorrow.
Great. Okay, well, we'll touch base with you tomorrow night to see how you've gone and see how you've gone at the opening ceremony. What time's all that start?
Yes, we might even do a crossover from Homebush.
Fantastic. What time does that start?
Actually, I'm not really sure. Sometime in the evening. We're just working on a couple of our blocks here. It's enough to work out what time to eat breakfast tomorrow morning. So I'll send you a text and work out what time it is.
Great. Thank you for your time, and have a good sleep. It sounds as if you need it, and we'll touch base with you again tomorrow.
Pleasure. Look forward to it.
Okay.
Thanks,
See you later.
Simon. Bye.